Alright, it's Monday morning and we're on our way for a chest day. And I just wanted to take a minute to explain how to properly push yourself in your sets. Because I see this a lot um, when I'm working out with people and just in general. Um, it's a common mistake with especially beginners. So we'll take like a very common number like 3 by 10. So that'd be 3 sets of 10 reps. 3 sets of 10 reps each set, and that'll be the number we go off of. So when you're doing a program and um, you see that. So you get in the gym and your first exercise is bench press, for instance, and it says 3 sets, 10 reps. So a very common thing you're going to see a beginner do, and even a lot of intermediates, is they're going to grab a weight that they can do for 10 reps. It might be a little bit of a struggle, but they're going to grab a weight that they're confident that they can hit 10 reps with all 3 sets. And even if it's too light, they're going to stop on 10 reps. And if it's too heavy, they're going to, drop the weight and move the weight to something they can hit 10 reps, which, if you do that, that's not necessarily the wrong way to go about it, as far as the ladder goes. But what your sets should actually look like is, if you see 3 by 10 on your program, you should be using, it's called reps in reserve, or RPE, which is a rate of perceived exertion, to measure your sets rather than these numbers. These numbers are meant to give you a guideline. They're not supposed to be set in stone. So if you get on your first set, if you get to number 10 and you have more reps in the tank, you should keep going. You should push until you basically are at failure, or you're 1 rep away from failure. And generally you're going to know 1 rep away from failure, because you're going to feel when that weight comes down, you'll barely get it back up off your chest to re-rack it. And when you feel that, that's your 1 rep away. Like, if you go down again, you know you're going to fail. So what that will end up looking like, instead of 3 sets of 10 reps exactly, is if you've picked the right weight for yourself, your first set, you should struggle to hit 10. You'll struggle. You'll hit 10 just barely. You'll basically be at failure. And then your next set, because you pushed it so hard on your first set, you might only get 9 reps. You might only get 8 reps. And then your third set, you'll probably even get 1 less. So your set will probably look like 10, 9, 7. And then you'll know when it's time to progress and time to move up the weight, because when you finally hit that 3 by 10, it'll actually be your last set hitting 10 reps. Not all 3. Your first set will look more like probably 13 or 14 reps. And then your second set will be around 11 or 12. And then your last set, you'll squeeze out 10. And then when you've done that, when you've gotten your 10 for your last set of 3, then that is your cue to move up in weight. And when you do, it's probably going to reset, and you're going to barely get 10 on your first set, and the other numbers you're not going to hit 10 on. And if you do, then it's probably a good idea to even jump it up a little bit more. But that's a very common mistake I see, especially in beginners, like I said, that they're just hitting this weight. They're picking a weight that they can do for all 3 right away, and then a year later, they're wondering why they're not seeing the changes that they're looking for. They're wondering why they're not as strong as they want to be, and their physique hasn't changed as much as some of these other people that they see. A lot of the times, it has to do with how hard they're pushing themselves in the gym, and they think, oh, hey, I'm showing up and I'm doing my stuff, but it's not at the speed I want. It's not even close. And you're not supposed to compare yourself to other people, but it's human nature. You're going to do that. And if you are properly pushing yourself and really giving it your all, you're going to get those results. Like, it's just a time frame at the end of the day, but you're gonna start to see that change. You're gonna start to see the increases in strength. You're gonna start to see the change in your physique. You're gonna see that progression a lot faster when you're pushing yourself properly, and you're using these templates as a guideline, but you use reps in reserve or rate of perceived exertion as your stopping point, rather than these arbitrary numbers that are being presented in your program. So get in there, and when you're in there, be prepared that it's going to be a harder workout when you're pushing like that. You're definitely going to be more tired at the end of every set. You're going to be more tired at the end of your workout. But you'll adapt to it, and you'll be better than you ever were. And just get in there and make sure you're applying yourself like that, and you really will see the results a whole lot faster. So pulling up to the gym, and gonna get on it.